La Llorona, the Crying Woman, Colonial version. In the time of the Viceroyalty of New Spain, in the city of Mexico, after the ring of curfew at midnight, especially if there was a full moon, people could hear some very sad and agonizing laments of a woman. The people, full of fear, avoided going in the gloomy colonial alleyways. However, some courageous people, moved by curiosity, dared to watch from the windows of their homes. With time, there were even people that went in the streets in order to find out the cause of this weeping. What would the people see? They saw a lady who, driven by the wind, wandered through the dark streets and small squares. Her dress was sheer and white. Her black hair danced with the breeze of the night, and she wore a white veil covering her face. She stopped before the crosses, temples, cemeteries, and images of the saints illuminated in the corners. She halted in the main plaza and knelt down looking toward the cathedral. She came to rise, throwing her laments, and disappeared when she arrived at the lake. The inhabitants of the capital asked themselves, who was that distressed ghost that emitted such heart-rending screams?
"It's the goddess Siwakotl," said one. "I have seen the hair. It seems that it has horns on the forehead. She continues crying for the destruction of our race."
"No, no," replied another. "It's the Lady Marina, the Malinche. She has come from the other world to suffer for betraying her people." "You are mistaken. I know the truth," said an old woman. "It's the unfortunate woman who cries for the death of her children. My grandmother, who knew the girl, told me the story."
"Please, please tell it to us,"
begged her listeners. The old lady did just that. This is what she related. A long time ago, a bit after the conquest of Mexico, in one of the poor neighborhoods of the capital, lived a very beautiful woman called Doña Luisa de Olderos. Doña Luisa was of the mestizo race, descending from an indigenous woman and a Spaniard. One day, walking through the main plaza, she found herself face to face with a handsome Spanish captain, Don Nuno, of the prestigious and noble family, the Montes Claros. The Spanish captain, dazzled by her beauty, got down from his horse. Exactly opposite the cathedral, he spread out his cloak on the ground in order that the slender mestiza could step on it. Doña Luisa, impressed by the elegance and gentlemanliness of the Spaniard, was seduced by Don Nuno. The father of the girl, worried for his daughter, reprimanded her severely.
"My daughter, I prohibit you from seeing this man. Forget him. Don't get excited about marriage. Never will a pure-blood Spaniard marry you."
Luisa, in love, did not heed the warnings of her father. A bit later, Nuno took her to live in a house of the biggest type. There he visited her every day. With time they had 3 sons. Often she asked her lover to legalize the union. Don Nuno gave some excuse for not marrying her, and some gold doubloons in order to support the children. Time passed, and Don Nuno each time gave less attention to Doña Luisa. The woman felt very sad. Her lover was already not being attentive to her. One day, Luisa had a premonition. That night, she decided to go to an affluent house of the Monte Claros. When she arrived at the mansion, she saw how they were celebrating a party for the next wedding of Don Nuno with the noble Spanish woman. Luisa, desperate and feeling betrayed, tried to speak with Nuno. She recalled the curse of her father.
"Do not forget who is the blood of your blood."
She begged while hugging disconsolately to her knees. Don Nuno, haughty and arrogant, threw her cruelly in the lake, among the mockery of the party attendants.
"Don't come back to get in my way. Maybe you thought that one woman with indigenous blood, one mestiza, could be my wife?"
Luisa, crazy and tearing her dress, hurried up to her house. She cursed between tears her indigenous blood. Never would she be a woman worthy of the lineage of Don Nuno. She entered the house and saw her 3 sons. Blind with pain, she took a dagger that was a present to Don Nuno. With it, she killed her 3 sons. With clothes and hands bathed in the blood of her children, she went to the street. She traveled the narrow lanes of the colonial capital, lit by the full moon. She ran and ran, moaning and crying. Her painful howls, her screams, hurt the souls of those who hear. My poor children! My children! Doña Luisa was arrested by the law and condemned to death. From then on, especially in nights with full moons, you can hear, through the streets of the capital of New Spain, horrendous screams thrown from the woman of the white dress. Ah! My children! My poor children! Ah! Because of those laments, you know the woman as La Llorona. At least, that is the tale of the legend.